done a video like this in a while, but I wanted to apologize to everybody and also let you know how you can help me. It has been a crazy couple of weeks with content on here. I had an ex-PSA employee lined up, and he spent time working in the research and ID department, and I'd spent a long time coming up with some pretty serious questions for him, and we talked back and forth, and I made a big mistake. On Instagram, my massive mistake was saying, hey guys, if you have any questions, field them. I don't think I can do that publicly anymore. I'm realizing how locked down this industry is and how hard to crack open it is, because what happened, we had an interview scheduled, for like the next day. And he's like, I can't do it. I'm like, all right, like whatever works. And then I just got, ghost protocol. I know when I'm being ghosted, and I just gave up. And I think he got spooked, or somebody got to him, and that sucks, because I feel like if I didn't do that post, the problem is I want to crowdsource questions from you guys. I want this to be an interactive channel. I was just posting to kind of get your input, and it really helped. Like, I have a nice set of questions, and now they can't be asked, and it sucks. And here's the other thing that sucks. I did an interview with an ex-head grader. It was awesome. We talked about the state of grading and things he looked for. He didn't work at PSA. It was another company that went belly up. And it was just so fascinating to talk to him. And then after it aired, got a few thousand views. And then, this person works at a massive card shop that has a relationship with PSA. And that was a problem. And I had to take that down. And it's getting really frustrating having a channel like this. Like, I'm trying to be 60 minutes for the hobby. Like, I want interviews on here that you're not going to see anywhere else. You're not going to see, like, Jeff Wilson do an interview with an ex-PSA grader. And not just that, like other companies too, big breaking companies, somebody that worked at Backyard, or somebody that works at Arena Club or Courtyard or Beckett and things like that. Because I don't know, I feel like history is important, and I want us to all learn from it. And also, like, some of these people are still there and willing to talk. So I think that's important too. So anyway, long story short, I had to delist that ex-head grader interview. It's not deleted. So what I'm going to do, if you are interested in it, I'll put the direct link in the description. So it exists still, but I had to take it down. And I'm just realizing how frustrating this is to have a channel like this. If you're not like pulling your pom-poms out and just cheerleading everything, it makes it hard. People get scared. And I don't want people to feel that way. I can do a damn good job. I did this on my other channel in the past. I can disguise voices. You can sound like Elon Musk or the opposite gender or whatever you need to. You can hide behind a picture of a dude in a hoodie. I'll do whatever it takes. So this is also an open invitation for everybody. If you like this channel and you like the content and you want this to get better, again, I don't think this really exists anywhere else. So here's my offer to you guys. If you want to help, if you worked at a grading company in the past, or if you know somebody who did, just a friend or whatever, and they're willing to talk to me, hook it up. I'll actually pay you a referral fee, and I will pay the person for their time. That's how important this is. If it's PSA, I'll probably pay even more. I want to show respect for the interviewer and his time, and of course the time you're going to take to contact the interviewee. So that's my first invitation. I just want people who are able and willing to talk legally to share things with me. So that's like the first chunk. So PSA, Beckett, SGC. I'm probably going to get Peter on here looking like Q2. We're in contact. He's just laying low for a little bit. I'm looking forward to that one, but man, I don't even know if I can air that anymore. Like, I can't be like, hey, yeah, I'm having Peter on the channel, and like, who knows who's going to get to him. So that's the other thing I want to warn you about before I have other offers is things might be a little sporadic here. I might say I'm doing an interview and it might not happen, or I might have to have decoy stuff out there. And I'm actually going to go pretty dark on big interviews until it's time to reveal them. I just have no choice anymore. So that's the other thing. If you've worked at, like, let's say you are a massive PSA dealer, I think that's interesting to me. If you had interactions with PSA, you work for a supplies company, that's very interesting. I mean, I know Tim, but like, um, it'd be cool just to talk to somebody that works at BCW. Maybe I'll get Tim on, actually. He's pretty cool. Arena Club, Courtyard, uh, Panini, Upper Deck, like any of these big companies. I would love to talk to you guys. If you run a massive card show and you're willing to share loose economics, doesn't have to be like I made 387,012 cents last year. Just be like, hey, I made six figures. This is my margins, whatever. I'll get you on, and hey, it's a good chance to get exposure for your show. I'd like to do that. And as a matter of fact, in the comments, let me know who you want me to go after. Because again, I want this channel to be interactive, and I know a lot of people, and I feel like I can interview just about anybody. So hit a wish list down below of like people and companies that you want me to talk to, and then also more importantly, if you can help me, because the hardest thing is the current and ex-employees. It's the most difficult thing because most of them have NDAs. Some of them don't worry about them, and some do. And I'm going to let them talk to their lawyers and figure it out, for better or worse. And in most cases, it's been for worse over the past 2 weeks. But like if you can do that, it would be awesome, because that's the goal of this channel. I'm not going to be on here talking about the next card that pops or like the next prospect for the most part. That's not what this is. And I'm not going to have pom-poms out about every single release or things like that. I want to get to real stuff, like what's really happening in people's heads, what's happening at the companies that impact us, what's happening in the industry. And I think that, I don't know, that's just kind of my approach to things. So the more help you can give me, the better. Ways to reach out to me. You could comment here. That's one way. I'm on Instagram, obviously, as Boston Card Hunter, and everywhere else. I have a Gmail address, thebostoncardhunter@gmail.com. And I want to stress that everything you send me, you don't even have to say it. It's private. I'm not sharing DMs. I'm not sharing emails ever. Even if I become your mortal enemy, I'm not sharing that stuff. Unless you allow me to. Many times people say, yeah, it's cool. And so I share it. So it's, whatever you send me, as long as it's not like confidential and privileged and I'm not supposed to see it and you're breaking like a contract, just send it to me and I will treat that like it's in a safe. Like it's not getting out. And you can feel comfortable on this channel if you want to come on with your face. That's one thing, and that's great. That adds credibility. If you want to come on anonymously, I can do that too. And I could show documentation, where you work somewhere and blur things out and stuff like that. So really, this is just like, help me out. I mean, my plan is Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. I drop something interesting. This week was Sarah Rips, because she worked at Backyard and she's a female breaker. And I thought that was interesting yesterday. And next Monday, you guys probably remember that viral negotiation about comps. I brought one of the parties on to talk about it. We watch the video, we break it down, we talk about how he felt, the guy on the comps side of it. And so every Monday and Thursday, I'll bring something cool to the channel. And then on the other days, could be something like this. Some news hits and pisses me off, or something interesting happens with a lawsuit or whatever, and I want to let you guys know. That's what this channel is going to be. And hopefully, hopefully you enjoy it. Again, this is a little niche that I look around at. I don't really see much of it. The big YouTubers, a lot of them experimental, like Trike or Card Collector, or they're big breakers or sellers. Jeff does this, but he doesn't get as gritty as I'm going to. And hopefully the more subs we get on this, the more power I have, and the better interviews I can get, and the better accountability we can have for this space. Because ultimately, that's the goal. I think that two goals for this channel: truth. I think truth is important. I love the truth. I love information, and accountability as well. Accountability can happen with shorts, or it can happen in long form. But those are my North Stars for this channel. So if you already are a subscriber, thank you. Channel's growing fast. I'm having fun. And if you aren't yet, hit it because it's going to get awesome. We're going to ramp up. Lastly, want to shout out a few new members. We got Cameras and Cards, Clarence Hoyle, and Cornerstone C members. I will almost always reply to your comments, and I will almost always reply to your emails at thebostonCardHunter.com if you want to join. Thanks, everyone.